Now, put back your relaxing. You're about to hear John McCormack's first cousin singing. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? No, you weren't. The soldier was there. Well, on that big rock blocking the tomb, guarding it in case the apostles come and took Jesus away and made out he resurrected. Caiaphas, that's idiot. The big rock was moved away from heaven. A nice Easter Sunday morning. They went as white as sheets, ran like jackrabbits. And Caiaphas come and said, "What are you doing here? Go back and mind that tomb, what you are paid for." "Oh no, you can go back if you want. Off you go, Caiaphas, and bring your other henchmen with you." Those ones that crucified Jesus. Let his blood be on our children, you shouted. "Go on back in." No, cowardly old. But we better reward you for your trouble and say nothing about it. The 30 pieces of silver. But we know all about it, don't we? And Mary Magdalene and the ladies always coming to the rescue, aren't they? Mending where there's brokenness. To anoint our Saviour in the tomb. Mary went in and come out crying, "He's not in there. Where have they taken him?" she says. And the women started crying too. "Where have they taken him?" There was a man there looking like a gardener or something. And he says, "Mary." Or it was Jesus. He was dressed different. "Go and tell the apostles what you say." "I certainly will," says Mary. And likewise the lady said, "We will too." And then there was the two disciples walking to Emmaus, a small village 6 miles from Jerusalem. Who's in it? Yeah. And they said the two men was walking along. They were glum as you like. Their faces nearly down to the ground. Oh, no joy there. A stranger joined him. He says, "What's wrong with you? You look as if you saw a ghost. Did you see a ghost?" "And you the only one that doesn't know what happened," they said to him. "What happened?" "Jesus, our Saviour, was crucified. We can't believe it and we don't know what to do. We're lost. This is why we're sad." So the stranger walked along the road with them and told them about the scriptures and all the rest of it. And before you could say Jack Robinson, they were smiling, their mood lifted. They nearly better whistling, but they didn't want to. They were so enthralled. They asked an odd question, is that so? And so on. And then it was getting dark. The stranger was about to go on. Hold on there, they said. Where are you going? Come back with us and have a bite to eat and stay the night and continue your journey in the morning. Now, I'd wait to see you. Well, it's getting late right enough. So we went with them into their house. But at the breaking of the bread, they recognised Jesus. Holy Communion, if you like. And he disappeared. They looked at one another, be jumpers, they said. Be jeepers, what do you think of that? I said, not that fantastic. Didn't he lift our spirits on the road? It was Jesus all along. God, he hid his identity from us, didn't he, on the last minute? And we wanted him to stay the night. We better go back and tell the apostles. Even though we're tired and we could follow, we could sleep standing up like a horse. And off they went to tell the apostles. Did the apostles believe them? Or believe Mary? No, they didn't. And when Jesus appeared to them and showed them the wounds, he gave out to them about it. And they said, sorry, we should have believed. Sorry, Jesus, forgive us. That's the way to it when you make a mistake, apologise, confession. But Thomas wasn't there and he wasn't believing. Another doubting Thomas, another, you might, unless he could touch his wounds. You're nuts, Thomas. When the apostle told you, could you not believe it over that? And Jesus appeared 8 days later when Thomas was there. He says, Thomas, put your hands here on my wounds. And Thomas didn't, fell to his knees saying, my Lord, my God. And Jesus looked at him kindly. You believe because you've seen. Blessed are those that haven't seen and yet believe. And that's Catholics down the centuries. We believe and shed many a tear when we contemplate the passion and death of our Saviour, when we see the Stations of the Cross. What do you make of that? So there you are. These are the events that occurred. And you won't hear it, unfortunately, in the church. This is the way I think a sermon should go, whatever the business of the readings. Try and equate it with modern times and tell a story. It gives you a different aspect, and you come out kind of smiling, like the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. Felt like whistling, but they didn't. But the whistlers had come towards to tell the apostles they were whistling all right. And so bye now, enjoy the rest of your day.